Venus entering Scorpio. This is happening tomorrow, November 6th at 5:39 p.m. Eastern Time. We can look at the entire sign of Scorpio because Venus is going to move through it and then it's going to keep going. It's not going to retrograde while in this sign, so it's just going to move forward. So we'll have a starting time and we'll have an ending time of how long it's going to be in there. So Venus represents our values, can also represent money, so things that are valuable, relationships, and harmony. Scorpio, which is the fixed water sign, is very emotionally intense, interested in psychology of oneself and others, understanding people on the psychological level, intuition, and taboo. So you have like fears or things that are maybe not talked about or that people are afraid of or freaked out by in some capacity. Scorpio having an interest in that or being unafraid of all of that stuff. The last time that Venus moved through Scorpio was September 22nd of 2024 through October 17th of that same year. So again, approximately 1 month when Venus is in direct motion. That's how long it takes to move through a sign. So September 22nd through October 17th of 2024. So if you want to look back, you could review your calendar, your journal, your dream log, your text messages, anything that you have from that period of time to give you a little bit of context for what it might mean to have Venus transiting this sign. And in particular, when we have this type of a transit, we can expect an increased desire for emotional and physical intimacy, intuitively grasping the psyche and having a really deep understanding, being like really, really in touch with other people and ourselves. On the more lower vibrational side, obsessive or possessive romantic ideations. And then, more positively again, having admiration for resilience. So particularly resonating with one of the traits that Scorpio tends to be known for is being very resilient. So it's like, I'm going to deal with something really challenging. I'm not afraid. And then I'm going to come out on the other side and just the badge of honor. So because we're talking about Venus, in general, when I think of a Venus transit, it's like, where is flow coming into your life? Where is ease coming into your life? Where are you being asked to like relax more? Where are you being asked to evaluate your relationships? Are your relationships balanced? Are there ways that you could apply more balance, more ease, more calm, more pleasure into this area of life? And then when we're layering on Scorpio, which has some intersection, but it's also very, very intense, which is why you have some components of like the obsession. It's, oh, I'm focused on relationships, but then Scorpio is so intense. It's like, I'm really focused on relationships. And so we have to always be mindful, even though Venus is a benefic planet, it matters where the planets are moving through because it might not always function optimally. And there are pros and there are cons with a transit like this. And as long as we are aware of them, we can navigate through smoothly. From November 6th through November 30th is when Venus is in Scorpio. So pretty much the month of November, we're going to be sitting in this energy. And then right on the last day, kicking off really December, we're going to be Venus in Sagittarius. So I will talk about that later this month. Second house, honestly, kind of perfect for Venus energy. Second house is the other side of that financial axis. It's also about our assets, our physical assets, what we find valuable, which is very much in alignment with themes of Venus. So that'll be extra amplified for you in thinking about what's my self-worth? How am I taking care of myself? How have I not been? How can I be supporting myself more? How can I be supporting the things that I own, how can I be supporting my values? How can I be supporting my channels for earning money? And the fact that we have Scorpio there could suggest that there's a particular component of bravery or resilience in there, or that we are also listening to our intuition as well. Sixth house is looking at physical health, current job, work environment, or balance, or pets. So when we're talking about Venus moving through there, we are trying to find more balance. So again, Venus represents harmony and balance anyway. So this is amplifying that. So we're matching another trait of Venus by it moving through the sixth house. How can we take it easy? Have we been overworking ourselves? Are we physically tired? Maybe we should be resting more. And so Venus is going to make us feel more drawn to do that, be encouraged to do that, to take care of ourselves more. And again, with Venus energy, it's not Mars. So we're not like focused on taking action because we're just trying to slide into something. So it doesn't mean we're not executing some sort of a change or making an adjustment, but we're not trying to launch something. We're just recalibrating. Venus also rules Libra. So it's like we're balancing the scale. So we're recalibrating. What is our energy doing? What's going on with our health? We're just checking in. And on the relationship side, we're saying, what's our relationship like? Is it balanced? Is it supportive? Is it mutual? With our current job, with our pets, and with our body, with how we take care of ourselves. What are all of those relationships? Those are things that we can reflect on during the month. Scorpio third house, Sun, Pluto, Venus, and Mercury all there. So as I always tell everyone, Caitlin, if you are curious, you can cast out the transit map. So you could go to AstroSeek, go to the transit calculator, identify what degree point you have your Sun, Pluto, Venus, and Mercury, that's stellium, and then essentially just move the dial to move Venus and then see when the transiting Venus, what day, and you can go as specific as what time, it is hitting each of those. You can also consider the orb if you want to go to the next level of advance and say, all right, well, when is it 5 degrees away from the sun? Or just say, what's the day that it goes exact with the minutes and the degree point? And you can do that for all 4 of those placements. You're welcome. And so you'll want to think about, in addition to how is Venus smoothing out your communication, your speech, your writing, your use of technology. We're considering the ego. We're considering fundamental transformation and rebirth. You're having a Venus return. The day that Venus lines up with your natal Venus, that's a completion of a cycle. When it hits your Mercury, it's thinking about your communication as well. So you have your communication ruler, if you will, in your third house of communication. And when you have Venus in there, it's like, how is it smoothing it out? How is it really making sure that it's running optimally? Oh yeah, we have a few people that are kind of lined up. Chloe, so with Mars, it's going to be thinking about those actions. How can you like dial back with some of those actions? Or maybe it's activating your passions because Mars represents your passion too. So it's your drive. And when Venus is going over there, it's thinking about how you can revisit those. How are you living those out? Are you not living those out? Are you not living in alignment with your passion? And then what was the other planet? Pluto transformation as well. Randy, fourth house. So when you're talking about fourth house, it's family. So you are assessing what are your relationships with your caregivers, your origin story, your roots, your home, your current home, your idea of home, your hometown, many different ways to look at this. And they may be tied to something that's particularly emotional because we're talking about Scorpio. So you could have some emotional response or reflections as you are moving through these. But also, It could be maybe because we have Venus moving through Scorpio that you are psychologically grasping something about your family members or yourself, recognizing you're getting to the bottom of, hey, I had this experience happen in my childhood or when I was younger, and now it's kind of just like floats to the surface in like a gentle way. Like, oh, all of a sudden that kind of makes sense to me. Um, Carry 9th and 10th, that's looking at learning, studying, teaching, religion, spirituality, long distance travel, and then a little bit of career reputation at the end. So it's really, in the grand scheme, it's supporting you to grow and learn a lot during this time because we're talking about Scorpio. It may be especially in the spiritual realm or intuition realm or relationship psychology realm.